各位榜儿东和盛港西的选民，新加坡的朋友，大家晚上好。在2013年的补选，榜儿东的选民把我送进国会，谢谢大家的支持和信任，谢谢。在这2年半里，我结交很多新朋友，大牌123、188到189的安迪，还有大牌122、115、121，当然还有最近的126，当然还有风雨不改，每个星期都到我的接见选民来支持我的一群居民，谢谢你们，谢谢。今晚我要跟大家谈的，首先是一群经常被遗忘的新加坡人，他们每天为家里打点一切，照顾孩子上学放学，有些还必须照顾居住在一起的父母。他们是我们家里的看护者，包括照顾孙子的祖父母、家庭主妇或者家庭主夫，也包括照料健康有问题家人的家庭成员。这群人没日没夜的埋头苦干，从早上一睁开眼睛就一直忙到晚上。这份吃力不讨好的苦差，不但在体力和精神上考验他们的耐力，更使他们在经济上处于劣势，因为他们把时间都花在专心照顾好家人，不能全职工作，最多也只能做兼职工作。他们所付出的肯定不会少过上班的朋友，然而他们很多时候都被忽略。就拿财政预算案来说，他们都不会是直接的受益人。他们这份工作没人表扬，没薪水，没花红，没公积金，更没有所得税回扣。这群家里的看护者是一个家庭的重要支柱。我们虽然有在职母亲子女顾税回扣，但却没有为选择离开劳动队伍留在家里照顾孩子的母亲们设立相对的措施。我在国会里建议过，给看护者公积金补贴，使他们退休时 CPF 有一点存款。我希望选民能够再次送我进国会，维护你的权利。接下来的这个课题是电单车的拥车证 COE。我国路面上14万台电单车中，至少有70%是200cc 或更小型的，是许多低收入者赖以为生的工具。叫外卖时，送餐饮来的司机都是骑着电单车。送挂号信，或者是你在网上购物的货品，都是由他们来接送。你有所不知，这些人大多数都是用自己的电单车。电单车的拥车证从2011年的1300块，增长到今年4月的6800块。我表6000块，不是600块，很多人这样子跟我说。我在国会里建议过，将 D 组分成 D1 和 D2 两组。D1 的配额可用于200cc 或更小的电单车 ，D2 的配额则用于超过200cc 的电单车。这么一来，需要小型电单车过生活的低收入者，就不必以高价格和大型电单车竞争拥车证。我们必须尽快解决这个问题，减轻电单车主的负担。各位选民，工人党是个理性、负责任的政党，我们不为了反对而反对，在问政时采取中肯、平衡的途径。我们同在一条船上，我自己的家人和女儿都在新加坡。为了家人和孩子，我们不想看到国家失败。我们要国家变得更杰出，更加有包容性，让更多公民能够参与决定我们国家未来的过程。 这是我从政最大的理由。各位选民，你所拥有的选票就是你的权利，投工人党一票，掌握民权，把握未来。Thank you. Please allow me to speak in English. Dear voters of Punggol East and fellow Singaporeans as well as our voters from Sengkang West, welcome to the Workers' Party rally. Thank you very much for coming down today on a Saturday night. In the 2013 by-election, you gave me the mandate to speak for you in Parliament. Thank you for empowering me to do so. As a first-time MP, it has no doubt been challenging. But what has kept me going has been the enriching and humbling experiences throughout. When I've been down, there have been friendly faces in Punggol East, opening their homes to me. There have also been the families who struggle, whether with jobs, family life, or due to illnesses. It is not easy to share problems with someone you just know, and I'm thankful they have opened up to me. And this motivates me to speak on their behalf. Thank you for letting me serve you. Thank you. Before I proceed with what I hope to address this evening, I want to set the record straight for a comment made by Mr. Charles Chong, PAP candidate for Punggol East. On 28th of August 2015, Mr. Charles Chong said, when the PAP handed the ward over, it was part of Pasir Ris Punggol Town Council which had a surplus, he said. Do the residents want to subsidize Aljunied and Hougang, he asked. I checked the books and found out there was no accumulated surplus for Punggol East SMC. Instead, it booked a deficit of $282,009 as of 30th April 2013, prior to merging with Hougang and Aljunied Town Council. The income and expenditure statement for Punggol East showing the deficit was signed by the chairman and secretary of the Pasir Ris Punggol Town Council. Now, it is not right to mislead the public and especially the residents of Punggol East with unsubstantiated data. Tonight, I want to talk about matters that are close to people's hearts, issues that affect our daily lives. Right after the by-election in 2013, the population white paper, which was to propose a population increase to 6.9 million by 2030, was debated in Parliament. This sparked off worries about overcrowding, about the availability of shops, and about what it means to be a Singaporean. This paper that was so strongly rejected by the people got through. Myself and the Workers' Party MPs opposed it, but there were not enough of us to block it. Even the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew once said in 2008 that he has not quite been sold on the idea of a 6.9 million population size in Singapore. In one of my rally speeches during the 2013 by-election and in Parliament, I have pointed out that the pace of the influx of foreigners must not exceed the development of infrastructure, like public transport networks, hospitals, and schools. Unfortunately, for the past 10 years, infrastructure development has lagged behind population growth, which is the cause of so much unhappiness among Singaporeans. Now, this is a national issue, but on the ground in Punggol East, we see some of the direct consequences of this. We have new flats coming up one after another. Rivervale Up, which is just across the road there, followed by Rivervale Delta, which means the population is going to go up. Unfortunately, the government has said there are no plans to add more basic amenities like hawker or markets in the area. I've been lobbying for these to change. I have asked questions in Parliament on this. One of the answers from MND Minister Kaur was, there is no plan to include a food center in the Rivervale Delta BTO project, as there are adequate food and beverage facilities nearby. And he went on to explain that we have Block 182 Kopitiam and Rivervale Mall. Now, as residents of Punggol East, You know the situation more than anyone else. Are these enough? Is it right that basic facilities are not being provided for you despite the area becoming more and more crowded? In Punggol there are also many middle-aged couples. The challenge for many families is having to manage aging parents. At the same time, taking care of children. There is both a cost and time squeeze which makes it a struggle. For one, most of these couples both need to work, and they need to fork out the cost of things like tuition, childcare, or student care fees, and consider help to look after their aging parents, especially if they are sick. This is a huge burden on them. Today, the cost of both childcare and elderly care is high, and in total can come up to several $1,000s a month. Add to the cost is having affordable care near one's home so that the burden of traveling to visit and pick up parents and children is not another burden on these families' shoulders. Yes, we have seen new childcare centers in Punggol East, which I'm grateful for, but this is still not enough to meet the growing demand. There is also the need for more infant and childcare. The student care, I mean. The WP proposed that student care centers are to be set up in every primary school. These are things that I will continue to lobby for. Another issue that is of concern to Singaporeans is the cost of living. This, of course, affects the lower income groups the most. Tonight, I will pick on one to talk about, and that is COE for motorcycles, which I've explained earlier on in Mandarin. Many of you would have received registered packages from courier companies or have food delivered to your doorstep by fast food companies. Now, do you know that most of the people who deliver these packages and fast food to you use their own motorcycles? These dispatch riders and delivery riders do not earn much, and they depend on their motorcycles to earn a living. Motorcycle COEs have jumped by more than 500% in the past 5 years, from about $1,300 in August 2010 to $6,800 in April 2015. This is ridiculous. A majority of motorcycles, close to 7 out of 10, registered in 2013 and 2014, were 200cc or less. These are smaller motorcycles which are typically used by people to earn a living. So what can we do about this? One way is to have two categories of COE for motorcycles. One category is for motorcycles not exceeding 200cc, and another for those above 200cc. This is similar to the current system of having different categories for different types of cars. This way, low-income earners do not have to compete with owners of larger and more expensive motorcycles for COE. Ladies and gentlemen, 2.5 years ago, you voted me into Parliament. I have brought your concerns up, whether around transport, healthcare, immigration, family matters, single parents, education, and labor. I have been lobbying for local needs to increase the shortage of childcare centers, F&B options, LRT networks, parking, to improve the safety of our roads here. I may not have all the answers. Our solutions may need improvement. But the most important thing is that we have raised and will continue to raise these issues and debate what is the right way forward for us. You send a strong signal to the ruling party that you want a different voice to represent you in 2013. I hope I've met your expectations. And if re-elected, I will keep working the ground to understand what your concerns are. I contested Punggol East in 2011, in 2013, and now I'm back here again. I have not moved. I have stayed. Come September 11, you have a choice to empower your future. Vote for someone who will say no when things are not right. Vote for someone who will serve you, residents of Punggol East. Vote for someone. Vote to create better balance in Parliament. No party can rule them all. Vote for me, Li Lian, to be your MP in Punggol East again. Vote for Workers' Party. Empower your future.